Okay, guess what I'm going to start with? Before I get to the unboxing and track by track, talking about Kiss Revenge vinyl, that's a record. You know what I'm going to talk about first? I'm going to give a brief update about this ongoing Metallica 72 Seasons vinyl return project. I guess now it's taken on the life of a project. I'll give an update for, I think the only person who cares about this is Mike Pratt. And he seems to have taken a keen interest in this, in these developments. Maybe a mocking interest. Maybe he's making fun of me. He says he can't sleep until he finds out what's happening with the Metallica return update. I'll tell you what's happening. Nothing. Look at this. It's still here. It's been, I guess, about a week and a half now. Still here. Still in the cardboard box. And now they were supposed to send somebody today. Mix Up, that shitty record store, is supposed to send DHL, as you can see it came. I went to the papeleria, the stationery store. I printed what they told me to print. I need one with the 3 barcodes, and then one with that, and another copy, one for the driver, and one, I guess the one with 3 barcodes goes on the product. And yeah, because I can see here, there's how it came, with 3 barcodes. So that's the return. And I'm supposed to have one of these each for the driver and one that I keep for myself. And it's 4 o'clock now, and nobody's come. They said he would be here between 11 o'clock and 6 o'clock, which is that's a pretty big window. I can do a lot between those hours. And I traveled 50 hours from Mexico to Vietnam, and I got to my hotel within 30 minutes of when I had planned to get there. So I don't know why these big companies why they give themselves a 7-hour window. But anyway, so I haven't given up yet because it's only 4 o'clock. But knowing how things have gone so far, I wouldn't be surprised if these assholes don't come at this point. Although maybe at this point I would put it on DHL's shoulders. Not Mix Up, although I'll always blame Mix Up anyway. So that's where that stands. Maybe, hopefully, by the time I do this again, and I don't know when that'll be, they will have picked it up and I will have my money back. But I don't know. So what I am going to do right now is an unboxing of, this came today. This is Kiss Revenge within the confines of this cardboard box. It's the Kiss Revenge record. Should I unbox it first or talk about it first? I'll talk about it first, not the track by track. I'll unbox it and then do the track by track. But just generally speaking, of Kiss Revenge, I like it. When I did the Kiss rankings last year, I think I had it around, I forgot to check. When I stop this in a minute to take a picture of it, I was stop it to take a picture. I'll check my ranking, my official rankings. Remember, this was not opinion. These are official Kiss rankings. I think I had this maybe around top half anyway. Maybe it was around 12. Generally speaking, I like Revenge a lot. For me, it's the opposite of Creatures of the Night. A lot of people love Creatures of the Night, and they kind of have something in common, that they're both, I guess, a return to form. Because before Creatures of the Night was Elder, Unmasked, and Dynasty, or Dynasty, as they say in Australia. And before Revenge was Hot in the Shade, Crazy Nights, and Asylum, and especially those two before it, Hot in the Shade and especially Crazy Nights, were not very well received. They were very pop, metal, glam metal, what was popular at the time, because Kiss was always chasing whatever was popular. And so Revenge was kind of a return to form. Funny that some people call Carnival of Souls, and I think it was also Mike Pratt who said Carnival of Souls. Ugh. And I'm kind of conflicted, but I think I like Carnival of Souls. But Revenge was a little bit of a precursor to that. Revenge came out in 1992. Grunge was maybe not in full swing, but it was in swing for sure. Pearl Jam had 10 out. It was already big by that point. Not huge, but pretty big. Nirvana had Nevermind out the year before. Both those came out in 91. So not a grunge album. I'm not saying Carnival of Souls is a grunge album either. But Kiss was definitely getting more stripped down. They lost, you know, the hairspray. Well, they probably still wore hairspray. They had a lot of help artificially with their hair. They were all more like black leather look on this album, as opposed to from Asylum, even Animalized. Let's say Asylum, Crazy Nights, Hot in the Shade. They were more poofy looking, more feminine. I don't know if that's correct to say. But then they went back to the black leather. Visually, their look, musically, it's not a heavy album, but it is definitely more rock. No keyboards on it. And it is good. I would even say I like every song on this album except one. There's one that I would say it's one of the all-time worst Kiss songs, and I'll get to that when I do the track by track. But overall, I think it's a very, very strong album. I like it way better than Creatures of the Night. Again, if you're going to compare those two, I just did Creatures of the Night the other day, and I don't like that album nearly as much as most people. I think I like this album by reputation. I think I'm right in line with how most Kiss fans, and when I say Kiss fans, real Kiss fans, that's not an elite thing. It's, believe me, anything with Kiss is not elite. It's not an elite thing. It's just I'm talking about people that really know Kiss, all their albums, not just the people that bought, you know, a few albums. The people who know all Kiss, Revenge is considered a top album, and I'm pretty much on board with that. So that's it. And I will. I'm going to open it now. Let me get my my knife. This knife is getting a lot of work these days since I'm getting all these boxes. And this came from Amazon, and this cost 569 pesos, which I think, again, it's pretty fair. Again, I can only compare it to El Chopo, where I've never seen Revenge on vinyl El Chopo, but everything that you see at El Chopo is overpriced. So $5.69, not cheap, but fair. Here it is, and it's got the, well, they call it airspace, is what these are called. And I've said before, I think, my cat loves these. All right. Put that away safely. And here it is. I'm getting to be an expert at this. Ooh, this is a double tab. Usually I've only seen one. This is a double tab. Doesn't say anything on the packaging to indicate that it's Kiss Revenge. Creatures of the Night, it said it on the outer sticker, for whatever that's worth. All right, here's one tab. Oh no, it's just one. All right, I can open it. All right, here it is. Shing. All right, there it is. Beautiful. And I never had this I never had the record of this. I've mentioned before, the last Kiss record that I ever bought before I switched to CDs was Hot in the Shade. I got my CD player in 1989. Hot in the Shade was one of, even possibly the last Kiss record that I ever had. So I never had this. This is the first Kiss that came out that I didn't buy on record. I had this only on CD. And there's the little, it's not a hype sticker. It's the same one as Dress to Kill and Alive and whatever other one I got this week. I can't remember. Just that it's 180 gram audiophile vinyl. First US vinyl pressing since 1985 editions, which is very generic because this album came out in 1992. I guess this was probably, I don't know if this even came out on vinyl originally when this was released in 1992. By then, nobody was really putting out records. But here it is. So and there's the back. I sounded like Billy Bob Thornton there in Sling Blade. So there it is. I will open it now. But first, I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to check my my list just to be sure. I'll be right back. I'm back with Revenge. I checked my notebook. I had it at number 11 in my official, I'll repeat again, very important to remember, this is official Kiss rankings of 24 albums. That's 20 studio albums plus the 1978 solo albums, which I consider to be Kiss albums, and you should too. Out of 24, I had this at 11. The only ones I had higher were the first six original studio albums, the debut through Love Gun. I had Gene's and Ace's 1978 albums higher, and Lick It Up and Unmasked. I would maybe even, now that I think of it, maybe I would put this higher than Unmasked, but not as high as Lick It Up or Gene's or Ace's AC Baby's 1978 album. So I'm going to open this up now. I have a feeling there's nothing inside. When I did Monster the other day, there was nothing. That album, in terms of packaging, sucked. Considering at that point the Kiss had been around for 40, how long was it? 40 years? Really bad that they had no packaging in Monster. Maybe at that point they had given up. I have a feeling all it has was the plastic inner sleeve. That's it. No lyrics, no liner notes, no pictures, no posters, no booklets. No restaurant menus, nothing. Just a plastic sleeve. I have a feeling this is too, because it feels very thin. It feels like there's nothing in here. So I will. Oh, I put my blade away. I need that again. All right. So I will. And if you want to see, there's the. Some people like this. There's the spine. They call that. Again with Billy Bob Thornton. All right, let me give this a little surgical touch. Cause when I go through her, it's just like a hot knife through butter. All right, and again, I will unsheath it. Oh, that was easy. That was one stroke done. And it is, I think I like the matte finishes better than the glossy finishes. I don't like the glare of glossy album covers, or photos for that matter. So let's see what's inside. I predict nothing. It's okay. Oh, actually much better than Monster. Okay, so it's got a photograph of them. This is Eric Singer, of course, was in the band at that point, his first album with them, and Paul and Gene and Bruce. And on the other side is the lyrics. That's all I ask. Just don't give me a cheap, shitty plastic sleeve with nothing. Have a picture. I don't need to, I'm not going to gawk at them while I'm listening to it, but at least have something. Put some effort into it. And lyric sheet is always appreciated. So this was 1984, this pressing. The album, as mentioned, was 1992. A few little liner notes on that, just the song lyrics. Nothing wrong with that. And let me take a look at the record itself. All right. Oh, it's got the Mercury logo, just like Animalize had that. I guess Asylum. There it is. Now I don't know what the track listing is side by side, because I only know it on CD. So the first side ends with Domino, and second side B starts with Heart of Chrome. So I'll go through this track by track now. I'm still here. I'm just putting this away. All right. So this starts, of course, with Unholy. Now, Unholy was Gene's first, it was the first Kiss single and video to feature Gene since I Love It Loud, right? And one last thing overall about this album, this was the most excited, well, kind of related to Unholy. This is more, yeah, I'll direct this more towards Unholy. I was more excited to hear Unholy, which was the lead single, than I was of any Kiss song since maybe I Love It Loud or Lick It Up. I loved the title track Lick It Up when that came out in 1983. I couldn't get enough of it. And All Hell's Breaking Loose too. I know that wasn't the first single. But when I first heard Unholy, and I'm sure the first time I heard it was also when I saw the video. So I saw, and maybe that, and I don't really like doing that now. When a band releases a new song and they have a video to go along with it, if it's the first, like Metallica did this with Lux Eterna and Iron Maiden, I think last year or 2 years ago, whenever it was, with Writing on the Wall. I find I don't like it, because when you're seeing something and hearing it for the first time, and it was always like this, but it took me this many years to realize it, you're you're judging with your eyes as much as your ears. So I prefer to just listen. But when I first saw the video for Unholy, that video fit the song perfectly. Great. It was directed by I think directed by the same guy that did Pantera, Mouth for War, which is a great video also, and one of my favorite bands ever is Pantera. And I was very, very excited. Better than Heaven's on Fire I liked, but I wasn't as excited as I was later for Unholy. Crazy Nights was one of the most disappointing Kiss lead singles anywhere or anytime. Hide Your Heart, I think, was the first one from Hot in the Shade. So Unholy, off to a good start, and I loved it then. I still love it now. It's a very heavy, has all the signature markings. Do you say markings or makings of Gene? It doesn't sound like, but it's in the vein of, God of Thunder, I Love It Loud. It's a classic Gene song. Unholy, Killer. I'm the incubus, I lay the egg in you, the worm that burrows through your brain. But you are the beast that calls me by my name. I'm suicide and salvation, the omen to nations that you worship on all fours. I'm the infection and famine that's knocking at your door. I love that song. Every time I listen to it, I never had a chance to get tired of it. Unholy, amazing start to this record. Next is Take It Off. This one, very, very cheesy lyrics, kind of a cheesy song. It's obviously a stripper song. This is when Paul Stanley was in his kind of naughty mode. He sang about titties and asses shaking. Well, my mind is getting dirty, yeah, around 11:30, I want to watch some asses shaking to the noise them boys are making, So I hop into my car, hit the local titty bar, because that's my kind of situation when I need some perspiration, I do my one-stop shopping for the girl of my dreams, because I can only be sure that she's as good as she seems. Take it off, pretty baby. Cheesy, but that song is, I love it. I feel like I shouldn't, but Take It Off is a great song. And I love the live version on Alive 3. I should kind of maybe talk about Alive 3 because that was on this tour. And I never saw this tour, by the way. I had seen the 3 previous tours for all the worst albums, except for Asylum. I like Asylum. I saw Hot in the Shade twice, which is a bad album, but awesome tour. I saw that tour twice. I saw Crazy Nights, the tour before that, and I saw Asylum the year before that, or the tour before that. I didn't see this one, and if I remember correctly, Kiss played Toronto. I lived in Toronto at the time. They played at Maple Leaf Gardens. It was October 2nd or 3rd or 4th, somewhere around there, first week of October. They were playing in Toronto the same night as Saigon Kick was playing in Toronto on the Lizard Tour, and I didn't go to either. Two of my favorite bands ever, different eras, of course. But I skipped both, and I'm not sure why, and I kind of regret that. I don't know looking back on it, I don't know which I would have been happier if I had chosen one. I don't know if I had chosen Kiss, and I would have said, yeah, I made the right choice. If I had chosen Saigon Kick, yeah, I made the right choice. I don't know, but I didn't see it. Number 3, this would be side 1, of course, Tough Love. Which sounds happy as I badly hum it and sing the melody of it. You taped our nasty conversation, you taped our sexy conversations, and you sold them to the BBC. Is that Tough Love or is that the Heart of Chrome? No, that's Heart of Chrome that I was singing. Which one is Tough Love? I was singing Heart of Chrome. I need the lyrics sometimes. Tough Love. I want to take you down until the morning light. I'm the one who gave you what you never had. You said I should. You said I should be gentle and be good, but hope to hell I would be bad. I'm gonna take you. I wanna take you, baby. Gonna make you give me tough love. That's pretty good too. Again, I don't dislike any song on this. This is any song on this album. Very strong. The next one, I got to put this down because I think I might get so excited about the song that I might drop it out of excitement. Spit. Number 4 is Spit. For me, this is an all-time classic Kiss song. Not a classic song from this album, not a classic song from the later era or from the 90s, whatever. I would put Spit up with anything that Kiss has done. Spit for me is an all-time great Kiss song. Along with, I've mentioned this before, Yes I Know, Nobody's Perfect. Much later, 17 years later on Sonic Boom. Got no manners and I'm not too clean, but I know what I like, if you know what I mean. What'll people say? Well, mister, can't you see? It don't mean spit to me. Now, there's one thing very, very, very minor that bugs me, and Kiss was always like this. Kiss was always, I think they tried to kind of portray themselves as being a dangerous band and so successful, but it seems like everything they did was second rate. They had a deal with WCW wrestling when wrestling was popular, not with WWF, which was the big one at the time. They had a deal not with NASCAR or Formula One, but IndyCar. And IndyCar is way, way down the list, I think, when it comes to car racing. And I think also here with Spit, it don't mean spit to me. Don't you think that they want to say it don't mean shit to me? But they kind of, it's like they didn't want to quite be edgy. Same with Domino, which I'll talk about coming up, that they changed in the video version. She's got to have it all instead of she's got me by the balls. That was too risque. Now, I'm sure that wasn't their decision. But it don't mean spit to me. That's a little bit strange. But I love the... it's such a fun song. Reminds me very, very much of classic Kiss. A little bit of Led Zeppelin thrown in there. Cool guitar in there. And kind of funny lyrics about fat girls. The bigger the cushion, the better the pushing, most definitely. I gotta do that whole song. This is another one I talked the other day a little bit about Yes I Know, Nobody's Perfect, that I never listened to that once. I would listen to it multiple times because I like it so much. Hot damn, Lord above. Want a lot of woman with a lot of love. Well, thin is in, but it's plain to see. It don't mean spit to me. I need big hit, and then it's Paul Stanley singing the, I guess it's the pre-chorus. I need, and then, well, that's Gene, I need, and then Paul, big hips, sweet lips, make a man out of me, the bigger the cushion, the better the pushing, most definitely. I need a whole lot of woman, baby. And it's kind of Paul and Gene trading off there, and then go back to Gene, lock the windows, close the doors. Then she gets down on all fours, let the neighbors talk, but can't you see? It don't mean spit to me. And then there's all kinds of little ow and woo and great things like that. All-time classic Kiss song. And I never really hear... I know generally what songs Kiss fans like and don't like. I think, I know what their classic songs are and what the ones that people think like this. I never hear anybody talk about spit. Maybe because nobody really talks about Revenge. Leave a comment down below. What do people... What's your opinion? And, I never do this. I don't encourage people to leave comments. I truly do appreciate it when they do, but these YouTubers that leave a comment down below. It's not because they are actually interested, it's because they want, I guess, to reach the algorithm. If their video has comments and engagement, it climbs up. But I really want to know, what do Kiss fans think of Spit? Because I love it. I don't know if I would go so far as to put it top 10, but oh my God, Spit is unbelievable song. Followed by the aforementioned Stinker, one of the worst Kiss songs ever, excluding Peter Criss's 1978 album, because every song is equally at the bottom, and excluding The Elder, because that whole album sucks. Like I would put God Gave Rock and Roll to You up there or down there with Baby Driver and Dirty Livin'. Dirty Livin', I mentioned the other day, is I think the worst Kiss song from the original group. And I know it's debatable who played on Dynasty or who played on Mask, but at least of who appeared on the album cover. So Dirty Livin' is awful. God Gave Rock and Roll to You, that's way, way down there. And I know it's a cover. Maybe not exactly a cover. I think it's similar to, and I've never heard the original version in all these years, the internet era. I've never looked up the original version, which is by Argent. From what I remember, they took the idea of Argent's version of God Gave Rock and Roll to You, and they reworked it, I think, similar to, I talked about this one, I did Destroyer last week, similar to King of the Nighttime World. The original version of King of the Nighttime World by Hollywood Stars is very, very, Kiss really redid it. It's not just a cover, but very, very different. And as far as I know, they rewrote this. I don't know what the original was like, but Kiss's version sucks. God Gave Rock and Roll to You. I just hated just so cheesy. What are the lyrics? If you want to be a singer, kind of like Saxon, Denim and Leather a little bit, although that's a good song. Do you know what you want? Do you know you don't know for sure? You don't feel right, you can't find a cure, and you're getting less than what you're looking for. That's not too bad. You don't have money or a fancy car, and you're tired of wishing on a falling star. You know, one of these dream big songs. You got to put your faith in a loud guitar. God gave rock and roll to you. It's very, gave rock and roll to you. It's anthemic, but in a bad way. I love Shout Out Loud. I don't mind anthemic songs. This is bad anthemic. If you want to be a singer or play guitar, man, you got to sweat or you won't get far, because it's never too late to work 9 to 5. You can take a stand or you can compromise. You can work real hard or just fantasize. But you don't start living till you realize, I got to tell you, God gave rock and that song sucks. Oh, and this is the part that I hated more than anything. This is cringy. There are a lot of Kiss songs that are pretty bad, but this is one of maybe their cringiest moments. I know it's Paul Stanley spoken word, similar to the beginning of Crazy Nights. Crazy Nights. Now here's a little song for everybody out there, for all you people, whatever he says. I know sometimes, I'll try to do this Paul Stanley style. I can't say it just like him, but I know sometimes life can be tough, and I know I'm screwing this up. I know sometimes I'm too excited. I know life sometimes can get tough, and I know why can't I get this right? I'm like Donald Trump, he can't say the word tomorrow. I know life sometimes can get tough, and I know life sometimes can be a drag. But people, we have been given a gift. We have been given a road, and that road's name is rock and roll. Horrible, garbage, crap. Maybe that's why I brought this album down to number 11. Maybe that's why I have it lower than Unmasked and Lick It Up. I just love all around. This one song brings the album down. And then Domino. Domino is the last track on side 1. Always liked Domino. Kind of a fun, also reminiscent of classic Kiss. It doesn't sound like it. I didn't think like Spit did, but it is a fun kind of Gene song. Kind of funny lyrics, cheesy lyrics. Probably couldn't do lyrics like that now. Not to mention, I don't know if he should be at 74. Gene is. So if you'd flip this over, if it were a record, Heart of Chrome, this is the one I was thinking earlier that I confused with Tough Love. I like this. Cool. The vocal melody is cool. I guess about a woman who spurned the great Paul Stanley. Is that the right word? Spurned or rejected or double-crossed him? You taped our sexy conversations and you sold them to the BBC. He's a little bit angry in this song. You better listen up since you screwed me. You've been on my mind. Now, I don't know if it means screwed me since you screwed me like they had sexual intercourse, or since you screwed me like you screwed me over, damn you. But since you screwed me, you've been on my mind. Till the day we met, I was cruising, I was doing fine. But now my world's gone crazy, and I think about you all the time. I'm going to tell it to you, baby. It ain't like it was. There'll be no ifs, ands, or maybes. Only justice because, hey, baby. I got an angry soul. I got a broken home. That's the backup vocals. I'm gonna stick it in your heart of chrome. Yeah, sugar. You really made a fool out of me. Dun, 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 dun. Everybody knew you used me, but I was just too blind to see. You taped our sexy conversations, and you sold them to the BBC. I like that song a lot. Very good. Next is Thou Shalt Not. This is a Gene song. That's to me in the vein, I think lyrically, vocally, and musically, like sonically, easily could have fit in on Lick It Up. Similar, I would say, in the lyrically to On the Eighth Day, Young and Wasted, Not for the Innocent. Kind of like a tough, aggressive Gene songs. Is "Thou Shalt Not." I lived most of my life in New York City, born and raised in the Promised Land. One day this man in black said, "Listen, Jack told me I was chosen to kiss the ring on his hand. He said, kindly reconsider the sins of your past." And I said, "Mister, you can kindly kiss my ass. Thou shalt not." And I know what I want, thou shalt not. And I know what I need. Now the son of a bitch must be crazy. Well, the son of a bitch must be crazy, telling me I'm going to go down. I said, "This ain't the Inquisition. You ain't no son of God." And I sure as hell don't give a damn. Again, another one. I like that one. Kind of funny, though, these songs like "Thou Shalt Not." The next one? No, not the next one. Two more. "Paralyzed." "Thou Shalt Not," "Paralyzed," "Heart of Chrome," "Tough Love," and Kiss had a lot of songs like this, and I guess every band does, that they know they're never going to play it live. You just know it. But they're good songs. Next is "Every Time I Look at You," or as I call it, "Every Time I Look at You." Just fucking look at you. And if you know Dice Clay, you'll know what I'm talking about, but none of you know what I'm talking about. It's a good song. It's a ballady. No, it's a ballad. It's not ballady or ballad-esque. It is a ballad song. But I like it. It's not sappy like "Reason to Live." I like "Forever" on Hot in the Shade. I would say this is the best of those three, where they had the three consecutive ballads. Ballads on three consecutive albums. I would say this is for sure my favorite. It wasn't sappy like the other ones. "Tried to Say I'm Sorry," "Didn't Mean to Break Your Heart," blah, blah, blah. Good song. And they did it on Unplugged. And I think I like that version even more. Very good song. "Every Time I Look at You." Just fucking look at you. Next is "Paralyzed." I mentioned that earlier. Good. That one's maybe my least favorite on this album, although it's still not bad. Other than, maybe I shouldn't include "God Gave Rock and Roll to You" too, because it's a cover kind of. Who cares? I'm in a trance. Because I'm alright. Yes, it's alright. And it's not even. I would have to listen to that. I usually listen to these before I do these videos, but I didn't have time because this was supposed to come yesterday, and I would have listened to the digital version today. So I'm going by memory. And then the last real song, kind of. There's a filler at the end. Is "I Just Wanna Fuck." Love it. That's. Is there something in here? No, I thought I felt something sliding around in there. "I Just Wanna." I love that song. As good as anything. I would say my top three on this album. "Spit" is number one for sure. Maybe "Unholy" 2. "I Just Wanna" is probably 3. If I had to go further, maybe "Take It Off" 4. I don't know what else. But I love "I Just Wanna." Again, very, very cheesy. "I got a body built for sin and an appetite for passion. Yeah, I can see the road to ruin and I'm looking for some action. I'm like a runaway crazy train. Oh no, I got my finger on the trigger and a match to the fuse. I'll make someone an offer that's too big to refuse. Tired of trying to be what I'll never be." Great song. I like the middle part of it, the sing-along song. This was even better. I mentioned that "Take It Off" was great on a live 3. "I Just Wanna" was excellent on a live 3. I like the middle part, the a cappella part. "Wake up, baby. Wake up, baby. Don't you sleep. I can't take this one more week. If I can't go out to play, I can't make it one more day. I want to play with dynamite. Time is right for heavy breathing. Getting stone cold crazy till the dawn without a reason." Now that's kind of funny because Kiss has always portrayed themselves as these kind of wild, at least in their lyrics, as these wild and crazy partiers, but Gene especially didn't drink at all. So I don't know if Paul Stanley, especially at this point, I don't know if he was getting stone cold crazy till the dawn. Maybe he had a good life, but I don't think he was stone cold crazy till the dawn. And then the last song, a little bit of filler, and as I've mentioned, it's not necessarily bad. This is "Car Jam 1981. This is a song I guess that they had been working on with Eric Carr before he died. And I think they kind of reconstructed, they maybe Frankensteined it a little bit and put it together and released it on Revenge. And it's an instrumental, it's probably incomplete. And as far as, that kind of thing goes, to just kind of put something out, it's pretty good. I like it. It has a little bit of a Led Zeppelin, I think. Led Zeppelin thing in the middle. That's not the Led Zeppelin part, but the drum part. I like it. So overall, I mean, aside from the ultra horribly shitty God Gave Rock and Roll to You Too, this album is excellent. Even the kind of filler instrumental at the end is pretty good. And even as I said, my least favorite song, did I say Paralyzed? That's not even so bad. So overall, this is an excellent album and worthy of the praise that I think you can, again, correct me if I'm wrong, worthy of the praise that Kiss fans heap upon it. And I would be amongst those people. So that's it. So I've had a real stretch of talking about Kiss albums. I don't have any on the way. I do have one more ordered, but I think it's back ordered. I ordered it like a week ago, and it hasn't been shipped yet, or even it said they're waiting. It was from Amazon. You'll have to, and it is a Kiss album. You have to wait and see what it is. Any guesses? Leave a comment down below if you can guess, or if you think you know what my next Kiss vinyl unboxing will be. And there might be a couple more after that, but one more for sure. I'm just waiting for notification for when it ships. A little note here about this is on the back cover, not in the liner notes. The Car Jam 1981. The only drum solo that Eric Carr ever recorded. The original bass and drum and Paul's guitar as recorded in 1981, and overdubbed Bruce on lead guitar. We cut it down in length so the drum solo became the featured part. We included it here because it was a chance for all of us to remember how great Eric really was. So there's a little bit more of the story about Car Jam 1981. So that's all for me, and maybe DHL is going to come today. Wouldn't that be a miracle? So for all these four guys, blah blah blah. This has been Kiss Revenge.